are at a test this week. So we completed all of our lessons for linear equations. And if you look over at Schoology, I have kind of our learning targets. Remember, we looked at finding slope, and then we looked at graphing and writing equations in slope-intercept form, in point-slope form, and in standard form. We did a little bit of work with real-world data and scatter plots, kind of making scatter plots and finding our trend lines that go along with that. And the last thing that we did is we looked at parallel and perpendicular lines and their slopes. Remember, parallel lines have the same slope, perpendicular lines have the opposite reciprocal slope. So what we're going to do today is we are going to start test review, and then we'll continue that this afternoon and on Wednesday. On Thursday, we will start taking our test. Because we only have half-hour time slots for on our live meetings, I'm going to break the test up into 2 parts, and we're going to start the test on Thursday, and then we'll finish it on Monday of next week. We will be taking it on Schoology. It'll only be available during our 9:30 to 10 o'clock time on Thursday, and then on Monday that part as well. And then it'll only be available that time. I'll have GoGuardian up, and you'll be required to be on Zoom as well to take that test. What questions do you have about that at this point? And I'll show you kind of what it looks like. Okay, so then if you will, I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna show you what I was kind of talking about. And so if you're on Schoology and you look at the week of November 30th, kind of talks about our test, and again, those are our learning targets right here, the things that are going to be covered on the test: finding slope, graphing and writing linear equations in slope-intercept form, point-slope form, standard form, doing those real-world data and linear models, and then determining if a line's parallel or perpendicular. Once you click into there, you're going to see where you have linear equations test review. I got to get just into a different view of it. And it's going to look like this. Now, most of your test is going to look like, test is going to look like this as well. However, as always, most of your test will have multiple choice stuff on it as well. So, and I think there's some on here that are, but a lot of these are short answer. Yeah, so like number 17 right here is kind of how your test will look if it's multiple choice. You're going to match the equation, and then you just kind of click which one you think it is. There will be some short answer stuff where you're going to write your equation or find your slope or things like that. Those will be kind of manually graded by me, but there will be some other parts that are multiple choice as well. At this point, what questions do you have? The goal is to, Thursday, your test will probably mostly just cover the slope stuff, point or slope intercept form, and point slope form. Monday, we'll finish up with standard form, parallel, perpendicular, and our linear models. So it's kind of cut in half that way. Your test review is graded. It will be a grade in the grade book. So if there's no questions at this point, I'm going to have you work, and then I'm going to check in with you at the end. So I would like you to stay on today. And then we will